Join me as I dive into the debate around GMOs and challenge myself to find out if other countries really know something we don't. Genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, have been a topic of controversy for decades. While some countries have embraced them as a means to increase food production and reduce pesticide use, others have outlawed them due to concerns over their safety and environmental impact. But have you ever wondered why there's such a stark divide in global perspectives on GMOs? One of the most confusing aspects of the GMO debate is that different countries have drastically different stances on their safety and efficacy. On one hand, you have countries like the United States, Canada, and Australia, where GMOs are widely used and considered safe for human consumption. On the other hand, you have countries like France, Germany, and Italy, where GMOs are heavily restricted or banned altogether. This raises the question: are these countries just being overly cautious, or do they know something that we don't? In Europe, for example, the precautionary principle is often cited as a reason for banning GMOs. This principle states that if there's a risk of harm to the environment or human health, caution should be exercised, even if there's no concrete evidence of harm. This approach is in stark contrast to the United States, where the FDA uses a more lenient approach, approving GMOs for consumption if they're deemed substantially equivalent to their non-GMO counterparts. Another factor contributing to the global divide on GMOs is the role of scientific research. While some countries have invested heavily in GMO research, others have been more hesitant to do so. In the United States, for example, the National Academy of Sciences has conducted extensive research on the safety of GMOs, concluding that they're safe for human consumption. However, some European countries have been more skeptical of these findings, citing concerns over the potential long-term effects of GMOs on human health and the environment. When it comes to public perception, the story is much the same. In some countries, GMOs are seen as a necessary evil to feed a growing global population, while in others, they're viewed with suspicion and distrust. This is often fueled by misinformation and scaremongering, which can have a significant impact on public opinion. So, what's the most compelling reason behind the divide in global attitudes toward GMOs? In my opinion, it all comes down to trust. In countries where there's a high level of trust in government and regulatory agencies, GMOs are often seen as safe and necessary. However, in countries where there's a lack of trust, GMOs are often viewed with suspicion and mistrust. This lack of trust is often fueled by historical events, such as the mad cow disease scandal in Europe, which led to a loss of faith in government assurances of safety. In addition, the influence of corporate interests and lobbying can also play a significant role in shaping public perception and policy. Ultimately, the key to understanding the global divide on GMOs is to recognize that it's not just about science, it's about people's values, beliefs, and concerns. By acknowledging and respecting these differences, we can work toward a more nuanced and informed debate that takes into account the complexities of the issue. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of GMOs. If you have any thoughts or opinions on the topic, be sure to share them in the comments below. If you want to learn more about the science and policy behind GMOs, please like, subscribe, and click on the bell for more health tips and updates.